and narrative of human history, where civilizations rise and fall, Africa holds some of the most ancient and powerful stories. As the sun sets over the continent's vast savannas, tales emerge of mighty kings and graceful queens with rich, dark skin. These stories, long preserved in the Bible, offer a glimpse into the lives of our African ancestors. Join us on a cinematic journey through time as we explore these ancient narratives. Stories that may have faded from global memory, but remain deeply rooted in Africa's sands. Before diving into this fascinating history, don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you won't miss any of our upcoming content. According to the Bible, all present-day people trace their ancestry back to Noah's three sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. Black and African populations are believed to descend from Ham, whose name is consistently tied to Africa throughout biblical texts. Shem represents the Semitic peoples, including Arabs, Jews, and Syrians, while Japheth is associated with Europeans and Asians. Ham is frequently referenced as the ancestor of African peoples. His name, which means burned or dark in Hebrew and related languages, is thought to allude to his skin tone. In Genesis 10:6-14, the Bible details Ham's lineage, referring to his descendants as the Hamitic people. Ham's sons, Cush, Mizraim, Put, and Canaan, are identified as the founders of various African nations. Cush, the forefather of the Ethiopian and Nubian peoples, is particularly significant. The ancient kingdom of Cush, located in present-day Sudan, shares its name with him. Mizraim, another of Ham's sons, is associated with Egypt, a name still used in many Semitic languages. Put, or Foot, is linked to regions in North Africa, while Canaan is both a place and a people connected to the land of Canaan. These descendants of Ham played key roles in the development of ancient African civilizations, with Cush giving rise to powerful kingdoms such as Ethiopia and Nubia. Through these stories, the Bible preserves the rich heritage and legacy of Africa's people, reminding us of their enduring influence on the world. The people of Samaria are believed to be descendants of Nimrod, the rebellious son of Cush. Some traditions suggest that these people originated from ancient Babylon. Additionally, certain populations across Africa and South Asia are thought to have Kushite ancestry. Groups such as Malians, Eritreans, Kenyans, the Congolese, and the Vantas from Gabon are considered to share this heritage. In a biblical context, the term Cush is often associated with Ethiopia, Sudan, and regions of Africa, where it traditionally signifies Ethiopia, or black, in ancient languages. Canaan and Mizraim were also sons of Ham. Mizraim is believed to be the ancestor of the ancient Egyptians and many North African groups, including the dark-skinned Tuaregs and Berbers. Semitic peoples, such as the Arameans, Arabs, and Israelites, refer to Egypt as Misra or Misraim. In Psalm 78:51, the Bible mentions that God struck down Egypt's firstborn, referring to them as the tents of Ham. Ham's son Put, or Foot, born after Mizraim, is considered the ancestor of the Libyans and other African groups. The name Put is derived from a term meaning landmark, and his descendants are thought to have been nomadic hunters. The so-called Curse of Ham or Curse of Canaan has been widely misunderstood. In Genesis 9, the story recounts that after Noah became drunk and lay uncovered in his tent, Ham saw his father's nakedness and chose to mock him rather than cover him or help him. Instead, he informed his brothers of Noah's state, which led to Noah's curse on Ham's son Canaan. However, it is important to note that the curse was specifically directed at Canaan, not all of Ham's descendants. The story of Noah's curse on Canaan has been subject to various interpretations, but it is important to note that this event is not the central focus of the biblical narrative. According to the account, Noah placed a curse on Canaan, one of Ham's sons, after Ham disrespected him. While Noah's reaction may seem extreme by modern standards, showing disrespect toward one's father was considered a serious offense in that era, almost akin to violating a religious duty. Noah's drunkenness was the result of an accidental discovery of wine made from grapes, a process unknown to him at the time. His intoxication was not viewed as sinful, and God did not punish him for it. Instead, the consequences fell upon Canaan, not all of Ham's descendants. Ham's other children, Cush, Mizraim, and Put, are believed to be the ancestors of various African and black populations. The genealogies in the Bible connect these descendants to ancient African civilizations, including the Egyptians, Ethiopians, and other notable African nations. However, it is crucial to interpret these narratives with an understanding of their historical and cultural context, recognizing that they reflect ancient perspectives and beliefs. It's important to remember that the Bible is not the sole source of knowledge about the origins and history of Black and African peoples. Modern scholars rely on a range of disciplines, including archaeology, linguistics, genetics, and oral traditions, to piece together a comprehensive understanding of human history. As research continues to evolve, it becomes essential to engage in ongoing study and dialogue to develop a more nuanced understanding of the migrations, cultures, and histories of African peoples. The interpretation that African people were cursed due to Noah's actions is a significant misreading of the text. The curse was specifically directed at Canaan, not all of Ham's descendants. In fact, Ham is considered the ancestor of many African populations, as well as some groups in South India. Ham, like his brother Shem, is believed to have lived for an exceptionally long time, possibly up to 600 years or more. Though the Bible does not provide a specific account of Ham's exact lifespan, it suggests that he lived long enough to witness the fifth and sixth generations of his descendants. The location of Ham's burial site remains a mystery, with various theories suggesting different places. Despite the uncertainty surrounding his final resting place, Ham's legacy as an important figure in the ancestral history of African and Black peoples remains a significant part of biblical tradition and historical inquiry. Some believe that Ham's tomb may be located in Ethiopia or Nubia, while others suggest Mesopotamia, the land of the ancient Sumerians. However, the prevailing view is that his final resting place is somewhere in Africa, most likely in Sudan or Ethiopia. There are even theories that Ham could be buried in Egypt, a land rich with ancient mysteries and ongoing archaeological discoveries. The Book of Jubilees, an ancient Jewish text that was considered authoritative around the time of Christ, offers additional insights into Ham's later years and the dynamics within Noah's family. According to this manuscript, conflict arose when Ham's youngest son, Canaan, decided to settle in the land of Shem, the region now known as Israel. This decision caused tension within the family, as Ham and his other sons, including Cush and Mizraim, opposed Canaan's choice. They believed that the lands of Africa were intended for Ham's descendants, while the territory of Shem was reserved for Shem's lineage. Despite these objections, Canaan refused to leave and chose to remain in the land. The Book of Jubilees also mentions that Ham was the first person to establish a city and a region after the flood. He named this place Male Tlach in honor of his beloved wife. It is essential to approach these ancient texts with an understanding of their historical and cultural context. The Bible provides a rich, complex narrative that requires careful interpretation to avoid perpetuating misconceptions or harmful beliefs. For instance, the idea that entire groups of people are cursed based on these stories is a misinterpretation that should be corrected. Thank you for joining us on this journey through biblical history. We hope this discussion has provided valuable insights. Be sure to subscribe and turn on notifications to stay updated on future episodes, where we will explore more significant themes and stories from the Bible. Stay tuned for more.